Hi everyone, welcome to Baie Du Tombeau. Tombeau, start the montage. Baie Du Tombeau, or the Tomb Bay. George Wallace actually died here on his way back from India. He was the governor of Bombay, and on his way back he died right here in the Baie Du Tombeau. His wife put a tomb for him just over here, and it was probably bright and white because out there are some treacherous reefs, and if you don't know what you're looking for, you might just miss this bay. And this bay has fresh water, so they could mark the tomb and everyone would say, oh, that's Tomb Bay or Baie Du Tombeau. And that's how it got its name. An interesting fact, during World War II, you can see how flat the sea is. They would land aquaplanes? Hydroplanes. They would actually land hydroplanes right out there, and there was a pier just over there somewhere that they would line them up to. It would be just, I would just love to see a plane sitting here.
A plane moored, an aeroplane moored. Oh wow, there's someone's just swimming.
There's someone swimming?
Right out there, I thought it was a fish jumping.
Wow. Oh yes, someone's swimming out there. But can you imagine the planes all lined up there? Because it was safe. It's a safe harbour from prying eyes. And it's a pity no photographs. Oh, there's a flight. There's a pity there's no photographs of it, but I suppose technically you couldn't because it was World War II and, you know, that would probably be treason or something like that. But wow, what a great view. Let's go explore Baie Du Tombeau. Baie Du Tombeau.
It's beautiful.
It really is.
So just past Port Chambly, where the river comes out, the River Tombeau, is Goulet beach, which we're looking at across there. To actually get to it, you have to go all the way around the river for a really long time, but we can see it from this side. Massive bay. I'm sure Brian will tell you some interesting things about it. Brian's going to go explore why there's a camera over there.
Give me some juice. Why is there a camera there? It looks like a petanque court, but no petanquers.
Maybe it's just a solar light. You go find out. So this great view of Baie Du Tombeau you can get to just opposite the Jin Fei Centre. There's quite a bit of parking, but there's no other facilities. There's no toilets, there's no dustbins, nothing except a fantastic view. Really stunning.
Well, would you believe George Wallace's final resting place? I mean, this is probably his tomb. This here. Wow, because as you can see, clear line of sight. Okay, the trees have grown, but if this had been a big building, you would have been able to see it all the way out there. So I'm happy that this is probably the building, and it was probably big and white, and they had these like tiles around it. You can actually tell they're really old tiles.
He goes behind the tree again. There's a remarkable skill for this. Okay. Then he goes behind the tree again. I give up.
It's here, we've actually found the spot. And this is why it's called the Baie Du Tombeau, or the tomb. The tomb. Wow, that is so exciting. I genuinely didn't think there was any remnants of it left, but there it is. That is awesome.
Oh, the metal thing in the ground.
Beautiful, expansive sea onto that. Wow, what a great beach. Le something beach. Le Goulet beach. That's actually Le Goulet beach. And you can just make out over there with the yellow craners. I don't know if you can see the yellow crane, but they're actually doing...
See the yellow crane?
They're doing some construction. They're building a new something over there. But that beach looks untouched. Wow.
It's quite a difficult beach to get to.
It is, so that's probably why no one is there. But you can also see why they would have been able to see the tomb from so far away. It's just, you can see almost over the horizon, it's so far away over there. Le Goulet Bridge, we laugh in the face of danger.
No, we don't cross it because they're supposed to be tearing it down.
Well, maybe they've torn it down. Let's go have a look.
It's very dangerous. It's a pity they haven't replaced the bridge yet, because it's quite useful for the people. Most of the people live on this side of the river. They could be able to get to the beach, but the bridge is dangerous.
I've started on the way down, and I'm starting to worry a little bit. There's a little shrine here that you should pray to before crossing the bridge. Onwards and downwards. These are quite nice stairs. I mean, they were really well made and everything, and you know, great stairs for a place like this, but look at they lined it with the cactuses. That looks pretty cool. It's quite a nice way down. I'm not seeing any bridge though, so I think they've probably already demolished it. But we'll go down. We're going to go see the bay from this angle.
I really don't want to have to walk all the way back up these stairs. Spiky, spiky. It's like a hedge of cactus. There's actually a gate in this impenetrable cactus fence. How odd.
So here we are on the bridge. We're about to cross over the river. Ah, they've demolished it. Oh, what a pity. But I think if you take your shoes off, you can just walk across. So this is the resemblance, the end of the little footpath that used to go across here. But there we are. Oh, water coming in. Water coming really in. But there, this is the narrow little gap that leads into the Baie Du Tombeau. It is so narrow, I don't know how you'd get a boat up it. And across there, beautiful picnic spots. It's actually really nice down here. But yeah, a little bit of a riptide. But yeah, it doesn't look deep at all. It really doesn't look deep. And I think they need to just think about rebuilding a new one. Just a normal, simple little bridge across there. So you can come from this side and go to the beach, because it is a beautiful beach. It's really, really narrow.
Yeah, it's a footbridge.
No, there is no bridge anymore.
Oh, the distance. Yeah.
3 or 4 meters.
Yeah, the problem is the current of the river makes it very dangerous. You can get swept away.
Okay, maybe on high tide.
Even in like a few centimeters of water, you can lose your footing and out to sea.
Yeah, maybe
Off to Madagascar.
off to Madagascar.
You can do it.
No, I can't. Feel it burn.
Look, there's a gate.
I walked up all those stairs. Riki didn't. I'm going on. Just a few more stairs. Just a few more. You can do it. You can do it. Hopefully those are the last stairs of the adventure, because I think I counted and there were 7,482. So it is a couple of stairs. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm just out of breath because I went up a little bit faster than I should have, and they're about 60, 70 stairs over. Across the road, the civic movement, a car coming, civic movement de Fort Albert. So hopefully there's a fort over there. Unfortunately, not everything we find can be great. I think that's Fort Albert. That's a wall. It is a little bit demolished, but the good news is there's something up ahead that is so epic it makes Fort Albert look a little bit pale in comparison.
Oh, this is a cool place. It's like a sandbar out there, and a completely shielded, like your own little private bay. That's very awesome. And look at all the ships out there. Oh, I suppose because we're really close to Port Louis, we're like only 6 k's. That makes sense.
Behind me in the sea is a sandbar. And I suppose it's in a way, you have all these big ships that are going past. I don't know if you can see any of them, but all these big ships are going past. And what would happen is the waves from them would come and splash against the shore here. So they've built this man-made sandbank. Wow, that's engineering. That makes this place feel a bit like Dubai. We've got our own man-made island out there. They should put houses on it.
No, we get cyclones.
And the water is so blue, it's ridiculously blue. but it's like a half moon. It's like shaped all the way around like that. And the ships are all just on the other side. And just down there. I'm balancing precariously on some rocks here. Whoa. So down there is Port Louis. Wow. Turned out to be a place.
Okay, so these would be foundations of old battle stations, I suppose, where they would keep cannons and stuff. To protect people coming into this area of the bay and then invading further inland. And up here, there's a nice little pagoda. So you can get out of the sun, have a look at the ruins of Fort Albert, as unimpressive as they are, and a bit of the sea.
Someone has conned us. Here I was thinking they destroyed Fort Albert in there, but what you don't notice is just behind me here, right here, you see that big concrete structure, and there's another one on the other side. Massive concrete structures. Those are probably the Fort Albert bunkers. I'm gonna go in and have a look.
Yeah, Brian's discovered the real Fort Albert. Off you go.
Just have a look at this concrete structure. This is actually separated, so when it was being pounded by the guns, it would actually be able to shift back and forth. Very clever design. And that's why I think it might actually be the real one. But let's go have a look at this one. This one looks like the bigger one. So we're going to go to that side and see what's there. I'm not going to say I'm disappointed, because I'm not disappointed. Wow. This is Port Albert. This is the actual place. They probably kept the big powder in there, or the powder in there, and the bullets in there. And you can see the rail. This is the actual rail that the gun would have sat on, and it would have been like lining up its shot and going back and forth so it can get the whole over the top there. The gun would have been able to move back and forth, and it's protected by that big concrete shell that I showed you. Wow. And let's just have a quick look in here. Oh wow. Okay, it is a little bit echoey. Look at the roof. It is something else. Wow. Quickly onto the other side. I'm actually going to turn my camera around. Oh, okay, so this is the one side. Inside here, they would have probably, you can see everything is separated. The walls, so if a gun hit it, it wouldn't be too devastating. Oh, wow. And there's a little hole in the wall into another little hole. We're going to go around that side. I don't have a torch, but it is light enough in here that we can actually see in. What was that? We'll go around and have a look. Okay, this is the other corridor. Look at the brickwork on the roof there. Wow, what a place. I'm going slowly so that the light catches up quickly. So excuse me if we take our time a bit. It is a little bit dark in here. Look at that. They actually have the vents still up there. I know it is dark. Sorry, guys. Whoa. And the brick walk. Oh, man. This is the rail the gun would have been on. That is true in one direction, and then you swing it around to get the other direction. So I don't know how far it goes back that way, but you would probably get a good 180 degrees from this one, and hopefully on the other side we'll be able to see the other one. But look at the walls here. They are huge. Ow, ow, ow. And they're thorn trees. Massive, getting thicker as it goes up. And a little bit of the battlement. And you can see there's more on that side. There in the police station, there's actually some more. And this huge big concrete block, that would have been a serious deterrent. I'm so happy I braved. It is wild. You are going to have to go through the wilds to get here. It is quite an easy walk, and there are some thorn trees, but totally worth the visit. Totally worth it, because how often do you see something like this? And I agree with the movement, the Fort Albert movement, to have this preserved. I think I see more ahead. There's actually more concrete ahead. We're going to go have a look at that.
I've been exploring the fort for quite a while, but I do still hear him talking.
What I thought was the smaller one. You can see the gap that I showed earlier. It's got a little hole there, but it's nothing up. But then look at that. That is a huge, huge area that you could put a massive gun in. There would have been a huge gun here. And the emplacements, you can see where they were held in place by that massive, massive thing. I'll show you in a minute. This is one of the steel rings that would have held the gun back. But look at the shaping on this. It's like rounded. It's huge. It really is massive. It's pretty about the trees. I'm going to go further up. Battlement, as you can see all around me. And then up we come, up we come. Look at how thick that concrete is. It goes for miles. And you can just make out in the distance a little rick. But wow, this concrete is so thick. You see how thick it is. Man, this could have defended against battleships. Actually, it probably did defend against battleships. And that's probably why they have that thing, not for water, but to stop the ships getting too close. Wow.
Wow, that's actually really, really cool. Battle stations. It's quite difficult to clamber through these little trees, but you come on the outside and you get this fort. I must say, even though this is a World War II fort, it's got a great sense of history. You could feel the tension looking through little windows, seeing if someone was approaching, defending the land. It's pretty cool. Oh, and it is a National Heritage Site, although it doesn't have those nice markers or details like you see in some of the other sites.
Behind me is a pile of dirt. What secrets does it hold? There's a little bit of concrete there. It looks like there's a chimney up there. Let's go and have a look. Putting tons of earth down is a great way to defend your barracks, because you don't need your men to see out. That's the cannon's job. The cannons are going to see out. But under here, there's a secret. And look at that. There's a hole in the ground. We have to go around. I think we can get to it from that way. So we're going to come around and have a look, because there is something down there. Look at that ruin and you think, that's Fort Albert. And then this is a barracks. There's an actual hole you can go to. We go around the corner and there's a barracks in here covered in dirt.
Ah, it's like hidden. Concealed barracks. Awesome.
This is the hole we saw from the top. So we can actually get in there. It is a little bit wild, but wow, what a find. Then Fort Albert delivers. Look at this. This was probably where some men slept, or maybe it was the mess hall. I don't see the chimney on this one. But look in here. This. Wow. And there's more. I'm going to flip the camera around. Okay, again, it's a little bit dark, so we'll go slowly through here. I don't know if we got to see it properly, but there are two walkways into one room. Oh, wow. Look at the reinforcing steel that they used there. Oh, man. I'm guessing this is a barracks where the men used to sleep. And there's another door there still. Let's go have a look at that one. Oh, and it's got hinges. So there was a door on it. A big steel door. And it looks like it dead ends, but it doesn't. It goes into the dark. Oh, I can't even tell you how far back that goes. Wow. Wow. I'm going to go to the end and film backwards. We're in this dark emplacement, but these are gun emplacements. In here, you can just see out through the cobwebs. Oh, man. And they're the proper ones with the angle, and there's lots of them. It does go back about 20 meters, but I heard something moving on the rocks. So probably just a lizard, but not taking any chances. Wow. Wow. There is so much more left to explore here, and it has to be done. I think the Fort Albert civic movement really needs some help in this, because this place is fantastic. It really is fantastic, and it's so hard to get to. This was the piece of concrete we saw down below. It just looks like a rounded piece of concrete, but what's hidden behind it? Well, another piece of concrete. So this needs to be uncovered. This jungle holds Fort Albert. What a great find. Well worth the bundu bashing, and one day it will be clear and you can visit it and there'll be lights on inside and you'll be able to see it fully in its magical glory. I'm just so glad I saw it in its natural habitat. Wow, what a great find.
So in there is Fort Albert.
Unfortunately, our adventure into Chinese culture and museum has hit a bit of a dead end. It seems they've closed down. Or maybe they haven't opened yet, or maybe it's a corona thing. But unfortunately, it is closed at the moment, and it doesn't look like it has been open for a while. There's long grass. It's a little bit sad. I was hoping this would be the start of our Chinese New Year. Exploration into the Chinese culture in Mauritius. Unfortunately it's not, but I'm sure there are others out there, so let me know. I'd love to just come see a little bit of the Chinese culture before we do Chinese New Year.
We're now in like one of the morselments. This part of the world is a bit tricky with its, you seem to flow from one morselment or village to another.
Basically, morselments were pieces of land, so if there was a piece of land and they built on it, it just became morselment swan or morselment.
I think this is Beau Riviere, which means there must be a pretty river somewhere near.
Maybe.
And there was a sign that said lazy tilapia.
That's probably where the pretty river is, at the lazy tilapia. And they're called lazy tilapia because you just pull them out almost by hand.
Sounds cool. Anyway,
onwards. The Chinese culture house.
Yeah, it looked like quite a place, but there's nothing in it. It's actually empty.
I don't know, there's a big gong. I can see a big gong in the window. Maybe they took all the treasures out.
Turning around to go to see tower. Okay, so the tower is a fake tower, but still pretty cool. Look at that, it's made to look like a ruin. How cool.
But then you see it on the wall
Yeah,
as well.
they got it on the wall as well.
Pretty cool. Really, I'm dying, Rick. Dying.
Yep, so fake tower.
This behind me is the Jin Fei building, and it's going to be a smart city. Over there in the distance, they're going to have these huge tower blocks rising up. They're going to be conference centers down that way. It is going to be an epic monument. Right now, we tried to get in and security chased us off. Unfortunately, we can't show you any of it. Although, if you guys are part of the company that own it, give us a call. We'd love to come have a look.
Yeah, because I've seen people having weddings inside there.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty cool.
This is the
Jin Fei.
Jin Fei Center, and look at the big guy on a horse. He's massive. Wow. There's going to be a cyber city down here. And look at that road. It goes into the distance. It is a double highway to the cyber city. Or cyber village. It's actually a cyber city. Wow. And that horsey guy is huge. And of course I parked in the middle of the road because there was no one here. But there are tons of cars coming and going. Wow. Any direction you choose, that way, that way. It is a huge crossroads. It is massive. It's going to be huge.
It's going to be way too windy, but beautiful view of the mountains.
It's a little bit windy, but that's Port Shamley. Wow. It's very windy, but there it is, Port Shamley. Wow.
This is La Goulet Beach. Bit of a mission to get to, but we found it. So there's this unknown monument. It's here, doesn't say what it's for. Over there I think is Angsana. Oh, beautiful. And up there, that's where we were. Just above those trees you can see the Jin Fei Center. Jin Fei Center.
Behind us is La Goulet Beach, and it is really a beautiful beach with the beautiful sea and the beautiful sands, and they have tons of amenities which I'll show you, but it is also the setting of a sad part of the story of Paul and Virginie. Because remember I told you up there, I'll swing around and just show you, up on that hill used to be the tomb for George Wallace, and that's why it was called the Tomb Bay, because of the tomb. But then it became Baie Du Tombeau, which implies more than one tomb. And that was because around about 1770s, a ship called the Saint Geran crashed just around the corner, and this is where the bodies washed up, including that of Virginie. And in the book and in real life, a Virginie did wash ashore here, somewhere in this bay. And that's why it's a little bit sad for such a beautiful place to be called the Bay of Tombs. It used to be just a tomb honoring a great man.
Yeah, it was also Peter Both's ship.
Peter
Got
Both.
into trouble just out there.
Yeah, just somewhere out there, maybe where that boat is now. Maybe it was right there that he got into trouble. Peter Both. The mountain's named after him, eh? Yeah. Wow. I'm going to turn around now because we reached the end of the beach, as you can see, the outlet just behind us. We have a little center there.
Yeah, a really big shady area, and there's a big construction coming along, which is the road that you take to get here. And there's also public toilets and all sorts.
I haven't seen any food.
No, I haven't seen any food either. Beautiful. Nice beach.
Suppose it's fitting that we do our outro with a bit of beach and a little bit of shade, because it was a really hot day. We saw some fantastic stuff, and who's ever going to forget Fort Albert? I certainly won't, and I'm definitely going back there with a bit more of an excavation team and maybe a torch, because wow, that place is fantastic. But this is an outro, so thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.